Attention! A special broadcast is beginning now. Weekly Politics. International. World News with Elena Chobanian.
Hello, this is Weekly Politics and I am Elena Chobanian. Here are the latest news of the week. New rules for European Parliament staff don't protect one of the largest pool of potential whistleblowers. The European Parliament adopted new rules, which came into force on the 1st January. They set out internal guidelines for protecting whistleblowers, who play a crucial role in identifying corruption, helping protect the public interest. However, according to the anti-corruption group, a lack of specific protections for accredited parliamentary assistants failed to protect over 1,700 staff members. Although assistance contracts are with the Parliament, their employment remains at the discretion of their MEPs. Thus, Transparency International EU calls on the European Parliament to install proper protection for all staff along the lines of European best practices. Armenia plans to expand bilateral cooperation with Russia. Armenian Prime Minister received Russian Minister of Transport on Friday to discuss possible plans for expanding bilateral cooperation, the government press service reported. At the meeting, the ministers discussed the high level of the Armenian-Russian Intergovernmental Commission's 60th session, emphasized the importance of the Armenian-Iran railway project, expressing willingness to consider Russia's possible participation, and in the context of the trade economic partnership, consider the possibility of regional infrastructure projects. Turkish president defended Turkish troop deployment in a base in northern Iraq. It took place on Friday after Turkish officials said soldiers there repelled an attack by Islamic State militants, Third AM reported. There were no casualties among the Turkish troops, Erdogan said. The Iraqi position has changed after Turkey's relations with Russia deteriorated after the downing of a Russian jet by Turkish F-60s near the border with Syria. Erdogan also rejected that Russian forces are fighting ISIL in Syria. According to political scientist Levon Shirinyan, Russia will continue applying sanctions against Turkey until it stops playing a key role in the region. Currently, Turkey is planning to sign trade agreements with Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan on the 1st January 2017. Turkey has initiated the signing of a free trade agreement with Pakistan. Also planned to sign similar agreements with Mexico, Japan, Ukraine, and Peru. After Moscow introduced economic sanctions on Turkey, it began searching alternative markets to compensate for losses inflicted by the Russian sanctions. Chinese shares have risen and European markets have opened higher at the end of what has been a torrid first week of the year. Trading in China's markets was twice halted by a circuit breaker before the authorities decided to suspend the measure, BBC reported. Markets in Europe and the US recorded steep losses after trading in China's stock market closed within the first 30 minutes. The Chinese central bank also took steps to strengthen the yuan after the currency's weakness was taken as a sign of problems for the economy. The head of Cologne police force is leaving his post to restore public trust in the police after the attacks on women in the city on New Year's Eve. The state interior minister said that he had placed Wolfgang Elbers in temporary retirement, BBC reports. The violence outside the main railway station has sparked a debate about Germany's open-door policy on migrants. A large group of around 1,000 had gathered inside and in front of the station in the western city. Victims described chaos as the men carried out sexual assaults and robberies with little apparent response from the authorities. According to German media, the relationship of trust with the police leadership was shaken, and the police chief has been accused of holding back information about the attacks. police have arrested 4 Syrians. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has condemned the violence, saying Germany should examine and deport foreigners convicted of crimes in the country. Officials have warned that anti-immigrant groups have been trying to use the attacks to stir up hatred. Longevity is not only achieved by staying healthy, but to love others. A veteran pilot of Laurel could live 112 years thanks to his personality. Since he was young, he'd always try to help others. Lot still keeps a healthy lifestyle and tries to stay active even at his 112th age. That is all today about the world latest news of the week, which presented your host Elena Chobanian. Listen to the Weekly Politics every Saturday and Sunday on Youth for Youth Radio.